Welcome to Goal Talks. On these little clips, we're going to meet some very interesting people that are going to connect sports, football particularly, and mental health and wellness. I hope you enjoy. Welcome to Goal Talks. Our guest today is Ramy. He is a friend of ours. He is from Montreal. He is an international traveler. That's how I actually know him. And today we're going to talk to him quickly about mental health and sport and its ecosystem, as well as that is the Goal Initiatives Foundation's principal push, is how you can use sport and specifically football to work through any problem that you might have on your plate. Ramy, thank you for joining us.
Appreciate it. Happy to be here.
So listen, man, you're a perfect sort of candidate for this question. Mental health and football and mental health and play. Have you ever used sport to work out something in your life to help you get through a tough time, a certain feeling, work through an issue, and or have you ever used it to help somebody close to you by saying, hey, come for a run with me, come join me on the pitch for a five-a-side, or just kick the ball in the park and work it out?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, when you think about the benefits of just physical activity in general, it, sound mind, sound body, it's all interlinked. When it comes to football, the greatest part of it, and I always loved it about it, is that it's got such a massive social side of it. Whether you're playing five-a-side or 11-a-side, you're using a ball to communicate with each other. I'm passing it to you, you're passing it back to me. We're gonna hit a goal, and the benefits of it. I'm talking about like serious benefits of the positive energy you're putting out. It does wonders for you. I mean, just playing football twice a week with your friends can do wonders for you, and I think it carries over into your daily life. It's a big thing, I think.
And the energy that sort of dispensed, and when you're playing, it also helps you focus on something else other than potentially the problem at hand, which then gives you a mental break for a few moments or for an hour or for 30 minutes, what have you, before you then go back to tackle that situation. Again, it doesn't make it disappear, but it sort of puts it on the shelf because you're doing these actions and you're doing stuff that sort of helps you clear the mind to then be able to go back and tackle this situation, right?
Absolutely. I mean, I remember sometimes I go, see, like I play a lot with the ringleaders when I'm in Montreal, and I remember sometimes prior to just hooking up with them on 3-touch Tuesdays, which is a very fun thing they do. I remember going in there sometimes just saying, you know what, just let go, whatever, just park whatever is like bothering you right now, go play, and you see after. And what's often happened invariably is the physical exertion alone, it's just an outlet. You're just letting go of all these, could be a frustration, could be something that's just been like on your mind for so long. And then shortly after, once you've almost gotten rid of all these toxins, you have, so like you said, you meant clarity. And then you can look at the decision and make a better one going forward. So
Yeah.
I've always appreciated that aspect of it. And then through being involved with the ringleaders, being all involved with the community, I've made some really good friends. And sometimes when you're just on the bench talking, you find yourself talking about that little problem that you may have, and some guy can give you some great advice because he's out there with you in the trenches, working hard, running after that ball, trying to score a goal, and you have a connection there. Then someone could be that guy putting his arm around you, saying, "Hey, I might have some advice to give you." And it's really cool. I mean, right now I'm 37. I play sometimes with some guys who are 18 years old, 19 years old. And I'm now that guy putting my arm around their shoulder saying, it's okay, young guy. You're gonna get through it.
Okay,
right?
young guy, you're 37, dude. Relax. You're not that old. That's great, and that's it, and that's really what it's about, and the team aspect of this whole thing with football and the idea it's not a solo sport. Let's say like a tennis or what have you, or it's or swimming. It's really one of these things where you could lean on your fellow human, and that in itself is such a fantastic element of the whole thing.
And I think we talk about mental health. We talk about also mental strength, right? And sometimes we're talking about having the discipline of pushing through for those extra 20 minutes. You could be down 2-1, in a game, 70th minute, and you're telling yourself, I need the mental fortitude to get through this, to make that play happen. And sometimes just going through that discipline over and over and over, it gives you the mental fortitude to approach different situations. And I mean, I've had the privilege of meeting some ex-pros, and I look at their mental discipline and how they approach things sometimes, and they apply their same teachings of the daily life of football, training and such, and they apply it to their new jobs, new careers, or their relationships and such. And and you see that those tools, they help you throughout. And
Hmm.
the benefits of being around some great coaches nowadays who not only look to improve you as a player, but as a person.
As a human, yeah.
And yeah, and they become mentors for you. And I think you're seeing more and more of that. Your coaches nowadays, I think Ajax have a rule where you need to be strong technically, tactically, mentally, and physically. And once you have all four of those, you're able to take a next step in your career. Whereas before, we all heard those crazy stories about like George Best showing up
Yeah,
and
yeah, dude.
stuff
Well,
like that.
even up until social media became a big
Correct.
deal and everything, but it can be captured on stuff. The last 5 years, it's changed. But before, 5, 6 years ago, athletes were still going hard. 4 years
Yeah,
ago, they were going hard.
yeah. And now they're taking a lot of time to give themselves that self-care and to have a longer career, take care of those injuries, and then later on they impart that onto to the rest of the world. That's really what I like now about the modern day approach to coaching is the mental aspect, the psychological aspect of sport is a big deal. It sometimes gives you that extra edge over people.
And that is where mental health is such a key component. Ramy, thank you for joining us on Goal Talks, and thank you for supporting the Goal Initiatives Foundation by just spending a few minutes with us here today. Thank you.